So this is my cursive handwriting survey, and I received 10 total responses from Austintown and Boardman. So my first question is cursive handwriting important to teach in schools? And most people do think it is. 90% said yes, and 10% said no. For question 2, I asked, should cursive handwriting be required in all schools? So most people think that it should be. Again, 90% said yes, and 10% said no. For question 3, I asked, how important is cursive handwriting in schools? 50% find it extremely important out of 5, and 10% find it extremely unimportant out of 1, and a few fall in between. For question 4, I asked, how important is cursive handwriting outside of school? 30% decided that it was very important out of 5, and 10% decided that it was very unimportant out of 1. And then again, a few fell in between. For question 5, I asked, do you teach cursive handwriting? And most of the teachers do teach cursive handwriting. 50% said yes, 40% said no, and 10% said that they review it by having students practice writing their names and spelling words in cursive, but it is not graded. For question 6, I asked, are you required to teach cursive handwriting? Most of these teachers are actually not required to teach cursive handwriting, which really surprised me. So 60% said no, and 40% said yes. Question 7 is knowing how to write your name in cursive important? And most of these teachers say that it is important. 90% say yes, and 10% say no. For question 8, I asked, do you read in cursive often? And a lot of the teachers do not actually read in cursive often. 50% said no, 40% said yes, and 10% said sometimes. For question 9, I asked, how comfortable do you feel teaching cursive handwriting? And most of the teachers do feel comfortable teaching it. 50% say a 5, and the rest are at a 3 or a 4. For question 10, I asked, do you think all schools should teach cursive handwriting? Some common answers were that all schools should teach it so that students can write their signature in cursive and read historical documents. And then one person said no because they believe that cursive is becoming obsolete due to the usage of technology. And they also said that most documents are in print anyway. So for my research, according to Berger in 2017, cursive handwriting can have a positive effect on students' spelling and composition skills. This also talked about the other side of it, and it said that it mentions that technological change does not bode well for the future of handwriting. And then according to Oos, Askvik, Vanderweel, and Vandermeer in 2020, they said that cursive handwriting has been considered an essential precursor for further academic success, and that it is an essential skill that involves both motor and perceptual skills. And then according to Semeraro, Coppola, Kasiba, and Lucangeli in 2019, they said that cursive should be taught in the younger grades because it is closest to the child's natural movements. The article also mentions that children with more fluent cursive handwriting show better writing abilities in spelling and increased text composition skills. So here are my final thoughts. Even though I understand what people are saying about technology, I still believe that all students should be required to learn cursive handwriting. Also, there are even still pictures on the internet that include cursive handwriting, for example, that they might have to read in the future. It is very important for them to also write their signature and look back at historical documents and be able to read them. And then here is my reference page.